Weeks into a new school year, tragedy at a Phoenix high school. A student is dead after police say they were stabbed by another student during a fight.
ABC 15 has team coverage tonight with the latest details from police, plus our education reporter Eleni Dow digging into security measures at the school.
All of this happened this morning at Maryvale High School. Ford Hatchett has been at the school near 59th Avenue and Osborn all day. Ford, what's the very latest?
Well, we've been out here all day, and we just wrapped up a press conference with a lot of figures from the city. We saw the new police chief, Matt Giordano, was here. Mayor Kate Gallego was here, a couple council members as well. They didn't provide a lot of updates and did not take questions, but we do know that one student is dead, another now in custody after police were called out here around 11 a.m. this morning for what they say came in as a fight call. They then learned it might have been a stabbing inside a classroom. We have heard lots of rumors. There are metal detectors here and weapons detectors in this Maryvale High School, so we don't know what the weapon was used. We were told in that press conference only that it was a sharp object, but the thought is, and some sources are telling me now, that the weapon is believed to have already been inside the school, inside a classroom, an object in a classroom, not something brought in to the school. We are still waiting on confirmation on some of those details, but again, we do know police responded here, the school safety officer taking that one student into custody, the other student being transported to the hospital where that student died. The mayor calling it a very sad day.
I'm also a mom, like every other parent tomorrow. It'll be a hard moment to drop a kid off at school. And so to the parents out there, know that we are working as hard as we can to make sure that schools are as safe as possible.
And parents were rightfully concerned here today, a lot of them rushing to the school. The alert went out when the school went on lockdown for folks not to come to campus. Many of the parents that rushed immediately here said there's no way they're staying away when a lockdown like this is in place. Lots of them texting their kids, and eventually about an hour or an hour and a half after a lot of those parents arrived, the students were able to leave the school. We saw a lot of emotional reunions and hugs tonight. I know a lot of those parents are going to be hugging their kids a little bit tighter tonight.
Ford, no doubt. Thank you. And reacting to violence, reaction to it just pouring in now from the superintendent of schools.
Tom Horn calling the stabbing a terrible tragedy, saying, quote, schools must be safe places. He went on to praise the school resource officer on campus who rushed in to help that student who was stabbed.
Phoenix City Councilwoman Betty Guardado, who oversees the district where the stabbing happened, also sending ABC 15 a statement. She echoes the need for classrooms to be a safe place for all students, adding she'll work with the school district and Phoenix police to ensure their safety. And continuing our coverage on this, as Ford mentioned, parents just swarming the school this afternoon.
ABC 15 education reporter Eleni Dow has extensively covered school safety and just last week reported on the new weapons detectors that this very school district rolled out at all of their campuses. Eleni.
That's correct. Last week, I did a story with the Phoenix Union High School District talking about all the weapons detectors they put on all of their school campuses, and that includes Maryvale High School right here. However, at this time, we don't know what kind of weapon was used in the classroom. Several community members told us it might have been a pair of scissors inside the room, but police did not confirm that. If it is a knife, these weapon detectors we showed you at Maryvale High last week, they'd be able to find that, and as well as a firearm. The detectors do go off with laptops and 3-ring binders because of certain metals, so students have to take those out as they're walking through this.
We assumed it was a drill, and they're like, this is not a drill. There was a lot of commotion. It definitely took us by surprise. Nobody was expecting anything to happen today. It's really unfortunate.
The school also does have a school safety officer on campus, which we're told quickly responded to the scene. When we last reported on the weapons detectors at Phoenix Union, we were told that no weapons were found on campus since they implemented that. We don't know if that's the case, and we've reached out to the district for more information. In Maryvale, Eleni Dow, ABC 15, Arizona.
Unfortunately, this traumatic situation will not end here, with everyone involved trying to cope for the foreseeable future. I reached out to a psychologist to try to find out how parents might try to address this tragedy with their students. Dr. Carla Allen, who is the division chief of psychology at PCH, says it's most important to open that dialogue, and it starts with listening.
I would start off by saying, help me understand how you're thinking and feeling in this moment. And I would want to understand that deeply without trying to fix it too fast, without trying to minimize it. I think people need to feel heard first so that they can feel safe.
Doctor says you should continue to monitor your student for at least a month after this trauma and look for signs or red flags like not sleeping well, being defiant or withdrawing, and not wanting to be as social as they used to be. She says those are signs you should seek professional help. As we continue to learn more about the situation, you can stay up to date with the very latest by downloading our free ABC 15 mobile app.